Save the Children was invited by Women for Expo platform to organize this one-day event and to talk about girls. And when we started to work about girls, we realized that by taking in consideration the issues of agriculture, nutrition and food security, most of the girls around the world, especially in developing countries, they are involved through a kind of informal work, but this work is still invisible. So we don't have basically data, we don't have evidence, lesson learned about their key role within the agricultural sector. So this was the main idea. That was also in line with the theme of EXPO, that is Feeding the Planet, Energy for Life. We are focused on adolescent girls because we are just, seeing a kind of demographic boom, especially in the incoming years, and we are expecting so many, young people, and among these young people there are several girls that are still marginalized, so they don't have a central role within the society, and especially in some key sector like the agricultural sector, despite we know that they play a key role and they also have an impact about the nutrition of their community and themselves. The main challenge of this event and the preparations, the discussions paper that we prepared was that talking about girls and talking about girls with the link with agriculture is still at its infancy. So it's something that is not really explored yet. So for this reason it was quite a challenge, but we consider this day as a way to launch some discussions about this topic and to continue the discussions even after the Women's for Expo platform, after the exhibition. So we are thinking about to continue the work with girls.
The Milan Charter is a document that everyone can sign in the Italian pavilion, and that was written by the Fondazione Feltrinelli with a big group of experts. They made a lot of meetings, workshops, etc., etc. In the end, they have this charter, and this is an important contribution. We will give it to the Secretary General of the UN on October 16. The Nutrition Day, Ban Ki-moon will be at the Expo, and the Italian government will hand him this document. We also have a version for children. We have La Carta di Milano dei Bambini, the Children Milan Charter, which is an effort not only in advocacy but also in education. We can try to teach our children in the so-called advanced world, not to waste food, for instance, and to take into account how food is becoming a crucial resource for the humankind. We are paying a lot of attention to girls because this is our future, and because with Women for Expo we are trying to build up an important legacy from Milan. There is this document again, this Women's Alliance, which is about empowerment of women and education of girls. It's a real important topic in all that. We presented this alliance to Michelle Bachelet, the Presidenta del Chile when she was here in Milan, to Michelle Obama, to Ertarin Kazin, she is the director of the World Food Programme, and the idea is to build up a sort of Milan fund in agreement with Dubai from an expo to the next one, so as to be able to give concrete aid to children, so as that they are able to stay at school. This is a very, very important point. We need that girls stay at school, and so as that they can be educated, so as that they are not forced to forced marriages, so as that they learn how to become women able to be independent from an economic point of view.
What has happened over the years is that we have put together information concerning the role of women in agriculture. And we know that 80% of the food producers in Malawi are women. Unfortunately, they have access to only 1% of land. So that is challenge number one. Challenge number two, their access to factors of production such as seed, extension service, as well as other resources is another challenge. So what the government of Malawi is doing at the moment is to focus on empowering the girl child, for the girl child to be able to demand for her own rights. So one area has been to put in place laws which assist the child to demand for their rights. They have also put in place ways of training the child to be able to be assisted in finding its own ability to nourish its potential. So there are those. And then the education system has been provided to ensure more girls enroll, more girls remain in school, more girls complete school. They are given a take-home ration which they use at the household level. They have put in place social cash transfer to assist the children to be able to remain in school, because the cash transfer is used to purchase school needs and other facilities. And then there is the availability of family sexual reproductive health services and family planning, which also help the girl child to remain in school. So these are some of the activities that have taken place. But more recently, there is an act on marriage, divorce and family relations. It has specifically raised the marriage age from 15 to 18 years, giving the woman more time, the girl child, more time to complete school, more time to be mature and make informed choices. So these are some. And the Trafficking in Persons Act, which also protects the girl child and gives her opportunities for further development. And within this, there is also the arm of economic empowerment and access to high nutritive value foods to enable them to move on.
And how has it worked so far?
So far,
have you had the chance to see any results?
Yes. For example, most of the girls are able to say, I'm not prepared to marry. We have been able to go out and retrieve the girls who were married, taken back into school. And we have also managed to prosecute those who married the girl child, the parents, anybody who was an accomplice has been given punishment. And the chiefs are working together to put in place bylaws to make sure that the girl child is protected and she grows to her full potential and marries better. When you are cultivating cassava, it's the woman who make ridges, it's the woman who plant the cassava. The same with rice. It's the woman who will spread the seeds, it's the woman who will weed, and it's the woman who will tame the crop, harvest, process it until when it is ready for selling. The disadvantages at selling point, then the man may come in to sell and get the money, and this woman may not see the money. So what we are saying is, can we promote gender equality for these people to work together as partners so that decisions on resources, on sales, on money are made together? So that's what we are working on. And we are also promoting economic empowerment of women to use the cassava and rice as their economic empowerment program. There are programs that have started like OVOP, where rice is produced, processed, packaged and sold. And cassava is produced. They are now looking at how to produce starch out of cassava, which can be sold for an export market. So to me, I look at the EXPO, Women EXPO, as one of the outlets where such processes can continue and women can make more money.
The Sun Movement is not a fund or a program. It is an open space where we allow alliances to be formed for improved nutrition. It is country-owned in the sense that countries with a high burden of malnutrition commit to become members of the Sun movement, and countries nominate focal points, and these focal points have the authority to work across sectors and with multiple stakeholders. The countries together constitute the backbone of the Sun movement, and the country network is what we try to empower so that countries can share experience, learn from each other, and get examples from other countries on how they have tackled certain issues through a number of global networks. And these global networks are the UN network. And in the UN network, we work very closely with the FAO, who is the major supporter of the CADEP process. And we work with other civil society organizations, and many civil society organizations are also involved in the CADEP process. There is a business network, and the business network again has both national and international companies, and many are heavily engaged in agriculture. So that's at global level. We try to have an aligned way of supporting countries. But at country level, the multi-stakeholder platform also involves the agriculture sector, and representatives from the agriculture sector are often CADEP focal points. So really the convergence comes at country level, but it is somehow amplified at global level by an alignment of the Sun movement with the CADEP process. It's almost like women have always been there, and now we talk about them, so it's very important that we don't only talk about them, but we really ensure that they get services that fit their needs. So I mean, for me, women is a reality of agriculture because they are involved in different parts of the value chain, and especially in relation to nutrition, women has a key role because they are very much engaged in post-harvest. So if we want to reduce waste and enhance the value chain, the woman becomes very crucial. We work with the governments, and we know that governments invest in different aspects in their national plan. So they have different services like the Agriculture Extension Service. So if we amplify the examples where the Agriculture Extension Service fits the needs of the woman, then that's how the Sun movement contributes to the empowerment of women. So we see women not only as mothers, but also as active member of the society, and even more importantly, as leader in the society.